All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just to kind of reflect on what we talked about. Our first segment, we did talk about our AEW Dynamite review. It was a pretty good Dynamite. But moving forward, our segment two, we're going to talk about my Thursday night wrestling. Roundup. We're going to talk about Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and also dive into a little bit of the National Wrestling Alliance as well. So, but before we move on any further, I want to remind you guys to use the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Shoot me some of your questions, some predictions, some storylines you want to see. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like about the podcast. Obviously, feedback is a huge gift. It really does help the show here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love peace, love, and positivity. So leave a positive review. It really does help the show. Remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the network so you can get, notifications whenever each show starts. And then, it's pretty cool. We have a group of podcasters here that love sports, that love what they do. We have basketball, football, baseball, women's sports, you name it. Everything under the sun, basically. So don't be afraid to be a part of this GSMC Sports bloodline. And like I said, it really does help the show. And the link, again, is at the GSMCpodcast.net. So, yeah. So, all right, let's move on to our Thursday night wrestling. Our Thursday night wrestling preview. We're going to get into Ring of Honor. So let's dig on into it today. We're on the road to Arlington, Texas for Death Before Dishonor 2024, coming July 26th. So you have about 7 weeks to go. We're going to see the World TV Championship match. We're going to see Kyle Fletcher against Dalton Castle tonight. Should be pretty awesome. Should be pretty cool. I'm high. I'm high, guys. I'm not high. I'm high on Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher, the ROH World TV Champion. I feel like he's just one step closer to either a shot at Mark Briscoe or perhaps maybe a shot at Swerve Strickland. Or with this new partnership with New Japan Professional Wrestling, maybe he could go for the GP championship for Jon Moxley. So, I think it's going to be great. Obviously, Dalton Castle is no, walk in the park as well. He's very swirly. Swirly, is that the right word? He's unpredictable. Yeah, unpredictable. Like, he could be powerful. He could go for aerial attacks. He could be very tactical. He could pull out a submission out of nowhere if he wanted to. But honestly, I think Kyle Fletcher is probably one of the best one of the best Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor stars out there. So we have a three-way trios match. We have the Dark Order consisting of Alex Reynolds, Evil Uno, and John Silver against Cole Carter, Griff Garrison, and Johnny TV versus the Iron Savages, which can Bronson Boulder and Jack Jamison. A three-way trios match. Damn, that's so cool. Why does the WWE do that? That's pretty, so you're going to have like 9 guys that are going to be like, trying to beat the hell out of each other. That's pretty cool. That's absolutely, super huge. Can't wait to see this. You kind of have these guys fighting Johnny TV. I want to see Johnny TV kind of do more with Ring of Honor. I feel like right now he's kind of taking a back seat. I know he had a couple shots earlier, but I've seen Johnny TV's potential ever since he was in the WWE. Ever since he went back down to AEW. Obviously, he did a couple of I think he was in Ohio Valley Wrestling. That's the way he was kind of brought up. But I don't know, it should be pretty interesting kind of, to see Johnny TV. I would like to see Johnny TV come back into like a title picture, but that's just me. Him, Kyle Fletcher, one-on-one match for the ROH World Television Championship would be pretty badass. Pretty badass. Next, we have a proving ground match. We have the Ring of Honor World's, Ring of Honor Women's World TV Champion Billy Starks against Zamaya. Obviously, Billy Starks, she has to kind of be living her life with one eye behind her back, constantly looking over her shoulder because she has Red Velvet gunning for her Ring of Honor World Television Championship. But to be honest, I think the Fallen Goddess, I don't really the Fallen Goddess Athena, I feel like would never really let down Billy Starks. But it is wrestling. It is professional wrestling. So, when it comes to like, oh, you can trust them, that's when they're like, you know what, you can't trust me. That's kind of crazy. Also tonight on Ring of Honor, Honor Club 67, we have Nick Camarado and Jacob Waltz against the Infantry, and we have Queen Aminata in singles competition, and the Problem, Marina Shafir is going to be back in action tonight. So, make sure you stay tuned for that. Hit up the Ring of Honor website. They have episodes on there, so so you don't miss a thing, so to speak. So, all right. So now we're gonna jump into TNA Impact preview. Obviously, tonight is the 20th anniversary of Impact. Of Thursday Impact Wrestling. So that should be pretty cool. I hope there's going to be a little surprises. I'm anticipating probably some cameos throughout the organization. You might see maybe, no, I don't think Jeff Jarrett would show up. Kurt Angle would be pretty badass. AJ Styles, pretty badass. Man, would that be crazy if all of the TNA superstars from WWE went to go visit TNA for one night? Obviously, it's their 20th anniversary. That'd be pretty badass. That'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, we're going to see Jordan Grace, the Knockouts champion, defend her title against Allison Kay. Can Allison Kay pull up an upset, stop the momentum? Maybe perhaps she could fight Roxanne Perez at NXT Battleground. No, I don't think so, because it's not for Jordan Grace's Knockouts championship. So that'd be kind of crazy. That'd be kind of crazy if Allison Kay picks up the win here. Next, we have Nick Nemeth coming back from injury. He's back in action against the always crazy, the always, absolute lunatic of Frankie Kazarian. We had the Laredo Kid is going to fight against AJ Francis for the Digital Media Championship. Trent Seven and Mike Bailey of Speedball Mountains going to fight Mustafa Ali and Campaign Singh. And, something about this match that, kind of caught my eye is, you had Speedball Mountain fight in a match to challenge Mustafa Ali's X Division Championship at Against All Odds. So maybe there might be potentially maybe like a little like partner miscommunication, where it'd be like where he runs into somebody on accident. I just really hope they don't break up Speedball Mountain. Definitely, hope that doesn't happen. Next, we're gonna see Jake something against Khan. Khan's a big ass dude. Jake something's kind of reminds me of like the ultimate underdog, like a young Daniel Bryan. But if I had to pick a winner, the powerhouse Khan. He's just so good. He's just so good. Next, we have Giselle Shaw also returns back to TNA Impact. So make sure you tune into that 20th anniversary show. There, it's going to be it's on Access TV. So after you get done watching the podcast, go ahead and hit that up. So we're gonna move on to our NWA Power results of June 4th. The Crockett Cup matches do continue. The National Wrestling Alliance delivered an action-packed show on this episode. Obviously streaming on the CW app. The not Tommy. What's his name? Billy Corgan, the head frontman of the Smashing Pumpkins, owns a wrestling promotion, which is actually kind of sick. So the NWA Crockett Cup first round match. You saw the Country Gentlemen defeat the Savages of Samoa. Kyle Davis interviews NWA's World Heavyweight Champion EC3 and the NWA World Tag Team Champions, the King Bees, along with Drew Garabo of the 102.5 The Bone. Garabo names the Wrecking Ball Lurkishi as he is a surrogate to face EC3, which is kind of weird, but that's entertainment, right? Next we have the Slime Balls. Natalia Markova and Brian Idol appear on Cooking with Carson. It's a cooking show with self-proclaimed professional chef of the NWA, Carson Drake. And it's kind of crazy. They made they made chicken. She showed them how to properly season chicken, and it was like I said, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. So so stick with me here. And so you also saw another Crockett match take place. You had the Immortals defeat the Kids. The Immortals, after they won, they were all hyped up. Definitely one of the best NWA tag teams in this Crockett Cup. Kyle Davis interviews, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion EC3, Dory Funk Jr. EC3 shakes his hand with Funk and highlights and legendarizes Funk's name. So the winner becomes number one contender for the NWA World Women's Champion. You had Ella Envy defeat Taylor Rising and Kylie Page, and Miss Star was sitting ringside to distract as she distracts the referee. Envy rolls up Page for the win. Classic heel, kind of crazy. So you kind of have the women's division heating up. You see you kind of see EC3 keep putting his name inside and out of major like wrestling news, which is kind of crazy because he's actually coming out with Devon Dudley. There's a wrestling promotion, and they're going to be at the Lake Elsinore outlets. So I really wanted to go see that, but obviously I work Friday and Saturday. I got to do podcasts. Like, oh, it'd be so cool to go out there and watch wrestling. I think Juventud Guerrero is also going to be there as well. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. And we have the Crockett Cup that's going to keep moving on. Definitely NWA, like I said before, with Billy Corgan's, with his the Carneyland, which basically, kind of documents his real life as a rock star and also as a, wrestling promoter. So yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be pretty great. I think the NWA is kind of heading toward the right direction, but obviously, I feel like the entertainment factor is kind of crucial, and obviously they're trying so hard. Like I said before, they did the whole cooking show and stuff like that, where they have match stipulations for crazy things. But sometimes you gotta look back on the WWF and kind of see some of their matches that they've had. Yeah, think about that. Don't you dare judge. Don't you dare. So yeah. Well, guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about Trick Williams, Jordan Grace issue open challenges for both TNA and the WWE roster. Anybody can come. It's crazy. So we're going to dive into some competitors that might challenge one of these people in their own respective title. So hey, don't go anywhere.